It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
What's going on, everybody? It's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. Excuse me while I move this mic closer to my face and act like I've done this before. Welcome to another episode where what we do is we talk about bias, talk a little bit about everything. We bring it to the table and we discuss that shit. You already know. Sorry, YouTube, for cussing in the first minute and a half. I do apologize. But is shit really a bad word anymore, though? You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys ready to talk some bias, because I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible. I know last episode was a dinger. It was an hour and 15 minutes. It was a big one, but I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it and are able to, process all that information. I try to throw in the pop culture at the beginning so I didn't have to drag you guys through all the sports. First of all, hey, check out my shirt though. Shit's fire, right? Let me move the mic a little bit. Sorry if you guys can hear that moving. The Lydell shirt, Toph. Y'all ready for the new Avatar season? The Book of Earth, I think it is. We getting Toph. You already know. Toph is my favorite character. Fucks with me if you fucks with me. If you don't fucks with me, fuck you. No, just playing. That was kind of disrespectful. It brought a lot of negativity at the beginning of the pod where it's all positive. But yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff today. We have plenty of sports to talk about, a little bit of pop culture. But there's a lot of sports, a lot of reviews, a lot of good stuff to talk about. We're in the crux of this sports season, football, fantasy. We got the playoffs starting. Football, we're getting closer to the playoffs. Basketball, we got the in-season tournament. College football, we got the college football playoff about to start. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm hoping you guys are ready for it. You know what I mean? At the beginning of the pod, I like to check on you guys first. Hopefully you guys are doing well today, man. I know I'm recording this on Wednesday, so it's hump day. If you're listening to this when I drop it on the weekend, again, I'm trying a little experiment right now, YouTube watchers, YouTube listeners. I'm streaming live on Twitch as well as recording the pod, trying to give a dual experience. So if you're listening to the pod, watching YouTube after the fact, just know I'll be recording. I'll be trying to do it dual screens on them. I try to show you guys what's really popping and try to do it, show the authenticity of how I be getting down. But it's on Twitch right now. Follow me, Lydell_Dinero. That's your boy. You already know what it is on Twitch. So if you want to watch the behind the scenes, chat it up, me doing this, go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna try to do that every now and then, so you guys can see what's really going on. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. If you're listening to this on the weekend, hope you guys made it through the week, kicking your feet up, having a drink, working out, whatever you're doing. You clicked on the right goddamn podcast, because we about to turn up right now, for sure. Also, like, subscribe, tell your friends, hit that bell so you don't miss any of the YouTube pages or new YouTube posts. Because we're going to start doing a lot more, man. I'm going to start doing reaction videos and stuff like that, and reactions to stuff as the new year comes in. We need New Year's, new content. So, you never know where I'm going to go with it with the Best of Bias podcast. And we're taking, it's ideas that we need, to take the pod to the next level, man. Because I know potting is one thing, but I have so many interests, so much stuff flowing at my head at one time. I don't want to make it stale and keep talking about the same stuff. I want to talk about new shit. I want to get new shit in here, wet your whistle, if you will, with some new content and some different things from time to time. There's different avenues that I do want to venture to eventually. But today, we talking about the same old, because I know you guys are interested in the sports, and we're talking sports right now. And we'll get into it, starting with the NFL. But again, hope you guys are doing cool. Hope you guys are doing good. No stressors. Let's get into some shit. Yeah. Football, man. Week 14 just passed. A depressing one for me. My Buccaneers, man. They're letting me down. I'll talk about it when I get to the game, but I'm trying to stay positive, trying to, not let these last couple losses take the wind out of my sails. You know what I mean? I still believe in what we got going. Still believe in Baker Mayfield, though everybody else seems to forget. But again, I'll get there when we get there. Let's start with the Thursday night football game. We had Detroit against the Cowboys. Cowboys had new life after their last game. Last couple of games, actually. They're actually beating people putting themselves on the map. Everybody thought they were left for dead, and the Micah Parsons trade kind of just sealed their fate. But they started playing well. The newly discovered, not really newly discovered, but the reborn, I would say. George Pickens gave their offense a new life. Javonte Williams, I talked a little bit about it last week after they won their last game, how it was really impressive. But now they have an actual shot. Their division, Jaden Daniels got hurt really early in the season. Jalen Hurts is leaving the door open for the Cowboys, and the Giants, after they lost Scatterboo, lost pretty much all their luster, and they're nowhere to be found. So they gave Cowboys that new life. They did. What did they just recently? Oh, the Lions, of course. Lions, another reeling team in the NFC North, who have to win in order to keep pace with their rivals, the Packers. Not the Vikings because they're not doing too well, but the Bears surprisingly are doing really well. So to keep track with them and to make up for a couple of losses, some losses they shouldn't have had this season, the Lions have to finish up a tough schedule. Last week they played the Chiefs, who are another story all in themselves, but this week, yeah, they had to prove that they want to make the playoffs because they're on the outside looking in as the wild card picture sits right now. I think they're sitting at 8-4, but their division 9-3. I think the Packers were like 8-3-1. So both those teams are sitting in front of them, and then especially with them, losing the week before, they had to come in here and prove. I don't think they lost the week before. I think they beat the Chiefs because, the Chiefs are down in that right now. But the Lions ended up winning 44-30. Yeah, Detroit needed it more. They're a team that's expected to do well and go far into the playoffs and kind of show that their last couple of years wasn't a fluke. They underachieved the first year. The second year they had a bunch of injuries, so now there's no excuses. It's now or never. You're gonna have to blow it all. I don't know if they have to blow it all up because a lot of their players are young, and I think they're all like each other a lot, so they'll stay together and do what it needs to do to keep the same team intact. But yeah, when Jared Goff is pressured and forced into decisions, he doesn't do that well. But against the Cowboys in a game they knew they had to have if they wanted to make the playoffs, they're able to do it. 44-30 in Dallas. Tennessee surprises the Cleveland Browns. They win 31-29. Though I think, the Browns could have won the game. Weird situation where Kevin Stefanski decided to take out Sanders, who brought the Browns to this point. 4 touchdowns, I believe. Rushing touchdown, just showing out. And then the most crucial point of the game, Kevin Stefanski decides to run a trick play with Judkins, which is interesting. I don't know. I personally think that franchise hates the kid. I fucks with Dillon Gabriel coming from Oregon. You already know that, but after seeing what Dillon Gabriel was able to provide during the season, and seeing what Sedor was able to do against the teams that, the team is supposed to beat that are better than, against the Titans, against the Raiders, against teams like that he's supposed to show out and shine. Dillon Gabriel is supposed to show out and shine, but weren't able to do so. So I don't know. I just feel like they don't want to seem like they were wrong or they sat on their laurels by drafting him in the 5th round. They did all they can, signing Pickett. They had Joe Flacco or something like that. Yeah, they did have Joe Flacco. They put all those players in front of him to kind of embarrass him. People say no, maybe it was just how he tanked interviews. He's just really egotistical. I don't believe that, man, because if what he's showing right now, everybody saw the talent that he had and they knew he could do this. The fans were clamoring for it, and you did everything you could not to put this guy in the game. Dillon Gabriel's injured. You trade away Kenny Pickett and Flacco. You won't even announce him as the second string quarterback. And then when you have to play him because Dillon Gabriel gets hurt, you reluctantly start him and then don't want to commit to him until he wins against the Raiders. And then you commit to him as the starter for the next game against the Titans, like the worst team in the league, and you can't even beat them. You can't even beat them. And, you can't. And though you would like to blame it on Sedor so you can show, this is why Dillon Gabriel should be the starter. Nah, you took him out. You could have said that. You could have said that if you had him in the game and he didn't get the 2-point conversion, though he got you guys there in the first place. So it could have been like, look what he can do. He didn't come through in the end, but he did get us there. But to not even give him a chance says a lot more than him going out there and failing and you being like, I told you so. Like, there's interactions on the sideline where no coaches were even coming up to talk to Sador. Like, only like I don't even know, equipment coach came and talked to him. Kevin Stefanski stayed far away, and this was the game on the line. And he's the quarterback. I don't know. It's weird over there, man. Hopefully, I don't know if Kevin Stefanski got to go, because I heard he was kind of a good coach. But Sador can play, bro. He can play a lot better than, I feel like he's better than Daniel Jones, for sure. Sorry about him and his Achilles. I'll get to that too, but I don't know, man. Shout out Sador, though. But the Tennessee Titans did win that game, 31-29. Seahawks smack on the Falcons. Nothing really to say about that. Falcons are sorry. Hopefully we can beat them on Thursday. Me talking shit might fuck us over in the long run, but we'll see. Let's see. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Colts 36-19. Jacksonville, man, I feel like they're winning games, but Trevor Lawrence isn't really playing any better. I wouldn't say they're getting lucky. They are luckily playing in a pretty bad division. Houston has been kind of hurt starting the season, and their defense is still good, but, CJ Stroud had concussion problems, and, weapons are kind of hurt, and they're just coming into their own now. Sounds like excuses, but Tennessee Titans are the Tennessee Titans, and Daniel Jones and the Colts were good. They started off really, really hot, but then Daniel Jones started to get hurt. And he started playing with injuries, and the offense wasn't as explosive without the threat of Daniel Jones being able to run at any given moment. You know what I mean? And then him popping his Achilles, it's just kind of disheartening, because you thought when he went to Indianapolis and started playing this well, it's a second chance at proving the name for himself. This year was the year of the second chances. Darnold, Baker, Daniel Jones, everybody's doing their thing. But for him to get hurt was really discouraging, and people are thinking now it's over for the Colts and they're not going to win any more games because, you know what I mean? They don't have their fuel, which is their quarterback that could put all the pieces together. Pittman playing better, nobody to get Warren the ball. They can stack the box against Jonathan Taylor. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. They signed 44-year-old Phillip Rivers off the street. He hasn't played football in 5 years, but he's going to come back, practice for a week, and just hop into the game, hopefully to save the Colts. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to see. It's very awkward, but they did lose 36-19, and Liam Cohen and the Jags keep rolling. That defense is putting together some masterpieces, man. Vikings beat the Commanders 31-0. Is that right? 31 that wasn't on my quad box. I wasn't watching that game because I have no players in either one of those games. Jordan Mason fucked me over in fantasy. So, and after, what's that quarterback's name? Brasum, throwing diving interceptions. Yeah, definitely not on my watch sheet. But 31-0. Is that right? Anyways. Bills beat the Cincinnati Bengals 39-34. Close game. Joe Burrow made some mistakes at the end to allow Josh Allen and the Bills to continue their little streak after people are still doubting them. But man, I don't know if that was it. That was it for the Bengals. They definitely have to win this week. And who do they play? They play the Ravens, who are also reeling. So it's gonna be a good game because if they want to make the playoff, they gotta win. So we'll see what happens there. The Saints beat Tampa. I can talk about this one personally, bro. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Our offenses fell off a cliff. We started off as one of the best offenses in the league with injuries. Bucky Irving gets hurt, and then all shit goes to hell. And when he comes back, it just looks like he can do whatever he wants at any point, which makes me believe that our running backs are definitely sorry if he's coming back off an injury and just moving a little bit, turning to the side, hopping, reading the offensive line, getting extra yards. Our other backs can't do that. It's kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy to me how bad. I wouldn't say bad because I love Rashad. Sean Tucker showed a lot, especially the 3-touchdown game against the Bills, but it just looks different when Bucky's out there. Receiver-wise, I don't know what's up with Emeka Ibuka, but all you niggas talking about this OSU is receiver you. It looks like if your name ain't Jackson Smith and Jigba, are you that good? Garrett Wilson Marvin Harrison shows flashes, but he's been hurt a lot. Emeka Egbuka had a couple of games at the beginning of the season, but now he's dropping passes. Dropped a wide open touchdown pass to tie the game. Wide open, routed somebody up. Wide open, off the tip. Though Baker threw it high and it was pouring down rain, which is why I feel like we played so bad. Pouring down rain is just a tough game to do anything in. You can't really get your feet. You can't really run that fast in the rain. Throwing the ball is dangerous. Baker threw an interception to Taylor right to his ass, which was kind of like the turning point of the game. When you gave Bucky the ball, shit happened. You know, Baker, he's just not as accurate as he was when people were talking about him for MVP. Of course, he talked it down during the run when people were trying to call him the MVP. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, you guys are crazy. I'm just trying to win games. And then he does end up getting hurt, not allowing him to run as much or be as accurate as he was towards the beginning of the season. It's just kind of falling downhill. Our defense is terrible. It's terrible. I don't know Jason Light, bro. I definitely don't know him, but I just don't know how you can sit at free agency and not make any changes, dog. It's kind of ridiculous. Our team is boo-boo doo-doo water on defense, bro. Our middle linebackers, I love Lavonte David, but if you guys let one more motherfucking running back or tight end go across the middle and then run straight past y'all faces for 50 fucking yards, that's the worst shit I've ever seen, dog. Zion McCollum, if you let one more receiver burn you over the top, oh my God. You got lucked up. You lucked up with the interception because Olave did a curl and Tyler Shuck threw a fucking, I don't know what he was throwing, a go route, and he threw the ball right to you. I'm surprised you caught the ball. But what I've seen for you the last couple of weeks, and after us giving you that money in the offseason and talking shit about Jamel Dean, and for Jamel Dean to be playing the play he's playing, and for you to be playing the way you're playing after getting the bag, I'm embarrassed. Antoine Winfield, I get it. He's not playing the best, but he only can do so much when all the other DBs are playing like shit. Benjamin Morrison, you have to get healthy, bro. We drafted you with the intentions of you being a second-round pick. When you're healthy, you're playing like shit. Jacob Parrish is the only one out there actually doing something. Tyke Smith is actually doing something, but he's hurt. He's sacrificing his body to make plays for the team, and he's paying for it right now. Vita Vea can get shit done, but everybody else on the line has to give him some help because he can't make plays being triple teamed, double teamed. You can't do it all the time. You're making every quarterback look like a motherfucking Hall of Famer, and they're not. Get some pressure on the defense. Yaya Diaby, what the fuck are we paying? Why are you on the team, bro? We're treating you like somebody that can be our next level. If you're looking for a paycheck, we're not going to pay you for almost getting to the quarterback. You need to tackle the quarterback. Hassan Reddick, you got hurt twice already in the season, bro. Every defensive end we pay to come to our team, if we're not drafting them, we draft the terrible defensive ends all the time. So, I don't know what that is. And the free agent ones we get, I feel like we don't even really want them for real. Because if we wanted good defensive ends, we can get good defensive ends. Good defensive ends go to fucking other teams all the time for pennies on the dollar. You see what the Eagles get everybody for? Nothing. And we can't even make a move just because you think we're good without it. Now look at us. Savasike Dennis can't cover he can't cover his fucking shadow. Like what? Man. All right, let me get over it. But Saints won the game 24-20. We're tied at 7-6 with the Panthers. Now it's a race for the end of the division. It's always how it is, bro. Todd Bowles is so fucking soft. To try to stand up for him, black coach, one of the last ones in the NFL, man. But you're supposed to be a defensive expert, a defensive specialist, and our defensive unit is the worst on the fucking team. It's embarrassing, dog. That Bills game was that Rams game was terrible. You let Drake May come into Tampa and do whatever the fuck he wanted. Then you let Tyler Shuck come in there and look like Tim Tebow rushing for 2 touchdowns. Bruh, it's crazy. After having 2 turnovers. Anyways, we lost. Pittsburgh beat the Ravens 27-22. Miami Dolphins. I don't know how if Miami ends up having more wins than us, I'll fucking laugh. Because we play them too, bro. I'm telling you, all the bad teams that we have to play that we thought were going to be bad towards the end of the season, if they get good all of a sudden and beat us, or actually, they don't even have to get good. They don't even have to get good. We're not playing well. I started off talking so much shit thinking we were going to play in Levi. We getting Mike Evans. McMillan back. Yeah, Bucky back last week. If y'all don't tighten the fuck up, bro. How'd I get talking about them again? Oh, Miami. Yeah. Miami won 34-10. Denver Broncos beat the Raiders 24-17. I don't know what it is about the Raiders, but the Broncos can't put their foot on their necks. I don't know if it's a divisional game, but I know they smacked the Cowboys, but they can't smack the Raiders. Come on, Bo. 15 points. I know I won my matchup and everything, but 15 points, dog. I'm never picking you again, by the way. Never. Hell no. The Rams 45-17 over the Cardinals. Yeah. 28-21 Packers over the Bears. Packers, regain dominance in that division. They need to if they're going to want to win the division. It's a really close race. Texans beat the Kansas City Chiefs 20-10. Chiefs are 6-6 right now. Outside looking in for the playoffs. Chargers beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football 22-19. In a close game with a whole bunch of fucking turnovers. Jalen Hurts had an interception and a fumble in the same play. Jalen Hurts played like garbage. I think he had 4 interceptions. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's like he tries to get the ball to the receivers after they complain. He throws interceptions. He tries to run the ball with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley usually gets stood up. This game he had a 50-yard run, so he was actually getting off, but they went away from it for some reason. Decided to try to run all the time. I don't get it. Justin Herbert winning the game with a broken hand or a fractured hand, just having surgery the week before, going out there and dogging it out, running for yards, hitting open receivers. Amari and Hampton coming back from the ankle. Him and Vidal looking like a good 1-2 punch. That's my second team out there. I'm gonna support Justin all day. Let's go Oregon. You feel me? Talk about Oregon a little bit later, but they did win, and again, the Chargers needed to win too, especially with the Broncos looking like they're going to win that division to stay in the wild card standings. Yeah, the Chargers are going to have to just keep winning these games. Though they ain't got no linemen, though they ain't got no, the quarterback's hurt. You gotta thug it out. Preview for Week 15. We got the Falcons Thursday Night Football at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers favored by 4.5 points. I got the Bucs in that game. I didn't tell you if I was right or not, right or not about the last week's games. Either way, I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? Buccaneers though. Sorry, anyway, I didn't go finish my thought there. If you guys want to keep me honest, go ahead and check the picks on the last episode. Go listen to it anyway. I know you guys didn't listen anyways. Go check it out. See who I picked and see if you guys are right. I'm doing this for y'all, man. I'm trying to give you guys advice on who I think is going to win these games. So watch closely. And I do this every week. So though I may be biased for the NFC South, like I always like to say, I do like to give viable information. Some of it's kind of layered in jealousy and hate, but you'll be able to hear that in my voice. But for real, for some of that real analysis be coming out sometimes. Use it if you will, and use it as you may. You feel me? But anyways, Falcons at Buccaneers. Buccaneers favored by 4.5. I got the Buccaneers for sure in that one. Browns at the Bears. Though I would like for the Browns to win that game. I want to play the Bears in the playoffs, to be 100% honest. The Bears are favored by 7.5. Let's go, Sador. Do a little something. Show them what you can do. I got the Bears. Ravens at the Bengals. Ravens need this win. They're favored by 2.5 points at Cincinnati. So I got the Ravens to win this one. Lamar hasn't been looking like Lamar, and I think he gets back to it. The Cardinals at the Texans. Texans win this one. I think the Texans keep it going with that defense. Shut down Jacoby Brissett and make him look actually pretty mediocre, which he is, but he's been looking good lately. Let's see. Jets at the Jaguars. I got the Jaguars to win at home, keep the streak alive. They're favored by 12.5 points. I don't think they'll cover that, but I think they'll win. Chargers at the Chiefs. The Chargers, I got the Chargers. I think the Chiefs will win and stay a little competitive. And the Chargers have been winning some games that they shouldn't have won. But Jim Harbaugh got them boys playing. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. You feel me? So we'll see what happens. But I got the Chargers all day. I want the Chargers to win. But something tells me I don't think the Chiefs are gonna lose 3 games in a row. But hey, I've seen some shit this season for sure. But I'm picking the Chargers, of course. Bills at the Patriots. I want to pick the Patriots, but I feel like the Patriots have been riding high, man. They've won a lot of games. I think they won 10 games in a row, actually. So I think they're kind of in line for a loss here. So I think I am going to pick the Bills to win this game. And I feel like the Patriots don't really care about that. I think they have the division wrapped up at this point, if not close to it. So I feel like they're not really worried about it, and they can just rest on their laurels. Not saying that they don't want to win the game and they're not going to try to, but I feel like if they lose, it's not really the end of the world. but I think the Bills do win this game. Commanders at the Giants. I do have the Commanders. I think Jaden Daniels is coming back. He shouldn't really. Even with Mariota, I think the Commanders can do enough to beat the Giants. Yeah. Giants kind of just have like a bunch of spare parts right now. It's kind of crazy. Eagles are playing the Raiders at home. Eagles are favored by 11.5 points. They have to recover. The Raiders have been looking kind of competitive defensively, but hopefully the Eagles get their shit together, because I know if they don't this game, the fans are going to riot for sure. They're definitely going to riot if they don't win this game. What else we got? Packers versus the Broncos. Let's see. Yeah, Packers versus the Broncos. I got the Broncos in this one. Defense is, actually, I don't know. I think the Packers defense can keep the Broncos offense in check, because, the defenses are comparable. I think the Broncos defense is better. I do think the Broncos defense is better. But I don't know if they can force Jordan Love into as many mistakes as these other quarterbacks they've played. I mean, they have given Patrick Mahomes fits, and he's the best of the best, but I don't know. I kind of feel like Jordan Love and the Packers will win this game. I think the Broncos are like 10-2 or 11-3, or 11-2, so they're due for a loss. But I don't know. I don't know if the Packers are like that to be able to have their way against the Denver defense enough to. And it's going to be a low-scoring game, I think, but I think the Packers do win this one. Actually, I picked the Broncos. So, yeah, I picked the Broncos. Saints at Panthers. I'm hoping the Saints can win again. Some of that magic from last week kind of rubs off, and they can beat the Panthers and do us a favor, because we didn't do ourselves any favors. Hopefully the Saints can come out there inspired, and Chuck can put something together, and Bryce Young turns back into a pumpkin, and they can lock them Panthers up one time. They're at home too. Come on now. And they won the first time, so let's see. 49ers at Titans. 49ers are going to win this game. Favored by 12.5 points. Playing the worst team in the league. They're going to win this game. Seahawks at the Colts. Seahawks defense is crazy. They're favored by 13.5. With Darnold being hurt, with Danny Dimes being hurt, and Phillip Rivers. That's a dangerous game to throw Phillip Rivers in. Just throwing him in there against Seattle. In that defense, I think Seattle wins that game. Cowboys at the Vikings. Even though the Vikings won 31-0 and showed a little defensive pride last game, unless Dak Prescott has the worst game of his season, I think with new inspiration, since the Eagles have lost a couple of games, for them to possibly make the playoffs, I think the Cowboys, can play inspired and win this game. And then the Steelers at home against the Dolphins, favored by 3.5 points. Again, the Dolphins have been playing really inspired with the newly found life of Jalen Waddle, H-Chain going crazy, being able to carry the load. But I think the Steelers win this game. Their defense holds it together. Everybody's doubting them. Everybody's talking about Tomlin potentially being fired. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers keep it rolling, win this game, and then show everybody that they actually belong. Let's see, and that's it. I guess that's it for my football picks. I got the Bucks at home against the Falcons, Bears at home against the Browns, Ravens in Cincinnati. I got the Texans winning at home against the Cardinals. I have the Jaguars winning at home against the Jets. Chargers winning at Kansas City, which is probably not going to happen. Commanders winning at the Giants. Eagles winning at home against the Raiders. Broncos winning at home against the Packers. Rams winning at home against the Lions. Saints winning at home against the Panthers. 49ers winning at home against the Titans. Seahawks winning at home against the Colts. Cowboys winning at home against the Vikings. And Steelers winning at home against the Dolphins. So you guys do what you will with those picks, but that's just what I feel like is happening and what I've seen last week and my analysis of what I think is going to happen. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys feel the same, and I hope your team wins this week, because I do hope mine wins as we get closer to the playoffs, man. One seed is no longer in, unless we go on a magnificent run and everybody else loses. I just want to stay in contention, man. All in all, Buccaneers, you guys have been showing me good things and bad things this year. Ultimately, Todd Bowles, I think, is just not the right coach to get us over the hump. I like the players we have, and I think we can do something with the players we have, but we just need a new identity, whether it be defensively, get a defensive coordinator in there, somebody, hire a defensive guru like these other teams have. You know what I'm saying? And you just be the coach. I don't think that's too hard. Just be the coach, brother. You got it. Moving into some of this fantasy talk, because it kind of coincides with that NFL talk. We had the Best of Bias Invitational Playoff start last week. You had the winner side a couple of games, and you had the consolation side a couple of games. Consolation only matters because we are playing not to lose. The loser has to get the toilet trophy. And I don't know what we're going to do for the punishment for the last place, but we kind of wanted to say the loser has to go to an open mic night that everybody attends and just makes fun of them, whatever they decide to do. That sounds like a fun time, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get the losers to do it this year, but if we put it set in stone for next year, I think we can make that pop. You know what I mean? But this year, I don't know. For the regular winners bracket, we had Josh Darnett versus Jet2 Holiday for the quarterfinal. Josh Darnett ended up winning 150 to 132 over Jet Holiday. That was the 5 and the 4 seed. Armpit being the 6 seed lost to the 3 seed. Shenanigans 134 to 116. In the consolation bracket, it was me, 10 seed versus K-Swag, the 11 seed. I won 112 to 95. And it was the 12 seed versus the 9 seed. Cam's Catering being the 12 seed, and CDs. Oh, I didn't get his final score, but CDs won, beating Cam's Catering, to move on. Well, not totally move on in the consolation bracket, but to not be in that 12th place game. You don't want to be in that 12th place game. So the next round is as follows. We have the 1 seed and, of course, 1 and 2 seed on both sides of the bracket get buys, waiting to see who they play from the quarterfinal matchups. So the winners bracket, we have Jordan Love Island, who was the 1 seed waiting, is playing Josh Darnett, the 5 seed. Then we have the 3 seed Shenanigans playing against the 2 seed Primetime Pope, who was waiting on the other side. So we're going to see who's going to win. These teams are just stacked, and they've had good teams all year. Didn't really have to deal with that many injuries. No excuses, no excuses, but they've had some fortunate times and some really good players. So though a lot of good players are out of the playoffs in this, there are some really good players. I don't really know who's going to win, but if I was to predict, Josh Darnett and what was it? Jordan Love Island, they've been having great seasons. Though Primetime Pope has a cool little team, and a Shenanigans, don't sleep on Shenanigans with Puka, JSN, and Nico Collins. Jalen Hurts hasn't been doing too hot, but that receiver trio, it's kind of almost automatic, like 20 points each. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool little matchup. We'll see who wins. I'll be sure to let you guys know about the next round. On the consolation side, it's me versus the 7 seed that was waiting, Hot Boys, to see who can win, potentially win that 7 seed. And then we have the 8 seed, Sean's championship team, who is waiting against the 9 seed CDs. The last place teams, though, we have Cam's Catering against, who was the second to last team? I forgot. I thought I put it in here. Cam's Catering versus, who was it? Who was the second to last team, guys? Is it right in? I check it there and think. Who was that motherfucker? Who was the motherfucker? It wasn't Cam's Catering, because they're Cam's Catering. Oh, it's Cam's Catering versus K-Swag. That's who it is. Whoever wins that game doesn't get last place. Whoever loses this next game gets last place. And then we have, we have Armpit versus Jet Holiday. Jet2 Holiday, the 6 seed versus the 4 seed, see who gets in 5th place. So, the constellation stuff is a little mundane, and it's really all about the championship roster, or championship rounds. But it's been a good season, and it's not over yet, not over till it's over, but it's been fun. I'm officially out in this league, man. Really disappointed about it. It wasn't my year. Injuries really took place, and I am down and out, man. I do apologize, guys, for letting you down. I did let you down. I thought I was going to win the whole shit. I'm just happy there's not a repeat champion. Derek was talking a lot of head, coming in, and he thought he was going to win back-to-back, and him making the playoffs, he thought he was going to take it. So happy he's not winning again. He has to return the belt, and we'll pass it on to the next year's champion. So good shit, everybody. Top 4, keep playing, keep fighting, win that 900. You know what I'm saying? Get that $900, man. That's some big bankroll right after holiday season to recoup from all those presents you've been buying. So, yeah. College football playoff. I'm going to talk a little bit of shit about my Oregon Ducks, man. We did it. Indiana winning that Big Ten championship lets everybody know that Indiana wasn't no slouch, and it looks better for our resume losing to them only. some of the matchups, if you guys haven't heard, we have Alabama versus Oklahoma on 8 versus 9 seed. People are kind of wondering how a 3-loss Alabama team made it in over some teams that were left out. Notre Dame's of the world. Who else was left out that was hella mad about it? Because Miami ended up getting in, so they stopped bitching. Who else was hella mad about not getting in? I forgot. But anyways, Notre Dame went as far as not playing in any bowl games, and their coach is probably going to the NFL anyways. Yeah, it was weird, man. This committee has been weird all year. Texas Tech, I guess, Big 12 champion. I get it. They only lost one game too, but you can't have 3 Big 10 teams be in the top 3. I get it, or having all the buys. So I get it. Texas Tech, though, I mean, personally, I like where Oregon is right now. We play James Madison. Hey, I'm down for it. They've been smacking everybody in their conference, but they've been playing some pretty bad teams. Like Georgia Southern or Georgia State, fucking Washington State barely beat them. So it might be BTA time, but I'm gonna knock on wood because anything could happen for sure. We would play them, and if we won, we play Texas Tech, who's waiting for us on a bye. And if we play Texas Tech we get a rematch with Indiana after that if Indiana wins. And then after that, if Oklahoma State or if Ohio State is still in the bracket and they beat who's presumably going to be Georgia, we get a rematch with them or Georgia. I'm ready for it, bro. I love this bracket. I thought they're going to put us on the side of Ohio State, and we're going to play Ohio State in order to make the championship instead of having to be able to play them in the championship and show them what's really up in the Big Ten. I got some people I want to talk to about that too. So I'm hoping for that game to happen. I want our rematch from last year. We got a couple of tune-up games. You know what I mean? We ain't got to come in there off a bye and just after not playing for a month and just expected to play big time football. We got it. You know what I'm saying? We play on, We play on Saturday, December 20th against James Madison, the 12 seed. And if we win, we play in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, against Texas Tech. And then number 9 seed Alabama plays Oklahoma. If they win, they play in the Rose Bowl against Indiana. Tulane, the 11 seed, is playing the number 6 seed Ole Miss on Saturday, December 20th as well. If they win, If they win, they play in the Sugar Bowl against Georgia. Whoever wins that game. And then number 10, Miami, plays the number 7 seed Texas A&M on the 20th as well. Whoever wins that game goes on to play Ohio State in the Orange Bowl. There's good games all throughout the new year and the holiday season. So I'm excited about this college football playoff. A lot more excited than I was last year. I mean, we were undefeated last year and got a high-ass seed, but that bye was bullshit. That bye was total bullshit. And for Ohio State to get another chance at us, who gets 2 chances at a team? Hopefully we do get Indiana. I hope that's in our cards this year because we got something to show their ass. They barely beat Penn State without Aller. Come on. And they're undefeated. What can I say? They're undefeated. I can't talk too much shit, but be ready. We've been doing so much work without our starters. No DeCorian, no Gary Bryant. You know what I'm saying? We're missing our I think it was our guard, Harkey. We've been missing a lot of people. We've been missing a lot of people. We played some games without Kenyon Sadiq. We've been doing some shit, bro. We've been doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping it together, proving that we can play against the Iowas, the Wisconsin ground and pound teams in any weather. We can throw the ball with the best of them. We got receivers that are stepping up, freshmen that are stepping up. Shout out to Finney out there making the freshman All-American team. We're just making shit happen, man. And I'm proud of the Oregon boys. And we got it, everybody talks shit about us about not having no natties, man. I'm feeling confident this year. We can get it done. So let's get it fucking done, yo. Let's get it fucking done. I'm ready for it. And all my Oregon fans, stand up. Let's get it. NBA, checking in real quick. NBA's cool, bro. I'm tired of seeing OKC win. I'm watching the play in-season tournament right now. Lakers are playing the Spurs. On the East side, we're in the knockout rounds now. So I think the Knicks won, and the Magic won. So it's Knicks Magic for the next round, for the knockout round. And right now it's Spurs and Lakers. OKC just slaughtered the Suns. So OKC's waiting to see who wins this game, and they'll play their next knockout round to see who plays in the championship for the in-season tournament. And as I watch right now, the Spurs are winning by 11, so it's looking pretty bad. But yeah, it's NBA is going well. I watch every Nuggets game. I don't really focus too much on the other guys. But what would I be if I didn't give you guys a little bit of insight how I feel about these other teams? Lakers, they're showing they can do some shit, man, but their defense though, they ain't really got no defense. And people say they're not people, but I just read one of these stats where they're one of the teams that don't pass the ball. Like they score most of their points off of ISO. LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, they just try to score. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of passing going on. They're really ISO. LeBron passes a lot. Luka passes a lot too, but they get their points off of ISO. You know, just especially how they've been staggered this year with LeBron being out in the beginning, and it was just Luka and Austin Reeves, and then Austin Reeves would sit out, and then it'd just be Luka, then Luka would sit out, just be Austin Reeves. So they've been getting used to getting points in bunches and doing their thing. So when all three of them are playing together, they're gonna have to try to adjust to each other and get that ball popping. Right now, it's a lot of ball watching, a lot of getting to the free throw line with ISO talent. But hey, they're the 2 seed right now, and they're getting it done, tied with us at what is it, 12-6, or is it 17-6? Oh yeah, 17-6. Yeah, we're tied with them right now. Nuggets on a 10-game road winning streak. Can't win at home for some reason this year, but we're looking good, man. Waiting for Aaron Gordon and fucking Christian Brown to get healthy, so we stop letting teams score 40 points a quarter. Like, we need to get our defense back on track, but we're one of the highest scoring and, scoring percentage teams in the league. I think it's 140, we're averaging or some shit like that. So our offense is good. So, ooh, God, LeBron just dunked on Cormet. Boy, LeBron's still doing it. And it got a block on the other side. This guy's going dumb. Okay, LeBron. Bring him back then, kid. Slow down, though. You old as hell. Ooh, shit. But yeah, the NBA is, as you can see, is kind of going crazy. The East, Detroit doing their thing. On the West, OKC, I'm just tired of seeing it, bro. They're comparing this team to the Warriors team, and I don't like it. I don't like it, bro. They don't deserve it. They ain't them. They stacked the team with a bunch of good to really good players, 12 deep before everybody else was doing it, and everybody else still doing 5 deep, maybe 8 deep. They go 12, 14 people deep, and yeah, it's just annoying. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just gets all of that. I don't know why I hate on him so much. I know it probably gets annoying for everybody that likes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there, and I don't really hate the dude, bro. His game, he does have a bag. I will say that he does have a bag, but I just am not the biggest fan of the game. And I feel like if a player is really good at one thing, I don't know if he should be heralded as he's a good defender, though. I ain't gonna hate. He is a good defender, but come on now. When they show his stats, maybe I always say this, like, I'm spoiled because, yeah, Jamal, well, I wouldn't say Jamal. Jamal is on a heater right now. First time. He's going to be an all-star, I'm sure. He's averaging 39 in the last 3 games, going stupid. Whoa, he's yelling in his face. That is nuts. But yeah, Jamal's doing great, and I'm just spoiled because Jokic will fill up the stat line, give you 45, 20 rebounds, and 13 assists. And you're going to show me Shai Gillis stats. So, he has 36 points, but his shooting percentage is 40%, and he has 3 steals. What? Jokic has fucking, he has 50 points shooting fucking 70%. 40% from 3. 20 assists. But Shai, oh, you see how Shai can get to the line and manipulate the referees and get wherever he... Give me a fucking break. We took them bums 7 last year with an injured team. Oh, well, I can't wait for them to see us. We injured right now. We're waiting for 2 players to get back. But once we healthy, we got something for them niggas. Watch. You might think I'm talking hair right now, bro. We took... Y'all really think we sweet, bro? Y'all really think we sweet? Hey, we coming for shit this year, boy. We coming for shit. We lost some bad teams at home, but we had 3 players score 50 already this season. the first game, but I think opening night for us, yeah. Aaron Gordon went crazy. Golden State had like 55. Uh, Jamal Murray had a 54-point game this season. Jokic just had a 50-point. I think he had a 54. He's had multiple 40s. Yeah, we're going crazy, man. I can't wait to talk more about basketball. We're in the crux of it, man. It's been drama all over the place. New players coming in. I heard that Cooper Flag got hurt. Maybe that's not true, but I feel like people are saying he did get hurt. He hurt his knee. Is that true? I don't think so, though. Maybe I'm not hearing right. But in-season tournament right now, so it's kind of a break until Thursday for all the other games. Nuggets haven't played since I feel like Sunday. It might have been Sunday. So it's been a long time waiting. You know what I'm saying? Get some breaks, get rejuvenated, and ready to kill some shit, man. Make this push. Spurs are looking like they're going to beat the Lakers today. They'll put us back in second place, putting us 5 games behind the San Antonio, or not, OKC. 5 games. 5 games. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People are saying they're going to beat the record to go in 24, or beat the Warriors record of 73-9. Was it 73-9? 72-9, because it's 81 games, right? 72-9. I don't know, bro. I don't know if they can do that. They're really good and they're beating everybody, but they haven't played no real niggas yet. Everybody behind them is 17-6. So you think we're gonna go the whole rest of the season without losing 3 games? No. I don't think the OKC is gonna go a full season only losing 9 games. That's fucking ridiculous. Play the Minnesota Timberwolves a couple more times. I guarantee you don't get at them like that. Played Denver a couple of times, but you don't get on them like that. Play Lakers more than once. I don't think you get on them like that. I don't play San Antonio with Wemby. Play the Rockets. I don't know if you get them like you're getting at all these other teams, bro. I don't know. It's still to be seen in the East because a lot of teams in the East aren't really that good. So I don't know if OKC will just walk over everybody in the East, but they play some real niggas, we'll see. I've seen their schedule coming up. It's all softies, either with a bunch of injured people or I don't know. OKC's just so corny. He said after a game, or put a caption up after a game, I'm not gonna go back and forth when I don't even play in the fourth. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Some corniness, bro. Quick commercial break. That's all the sports we got. Hopefully, I got to everything y'all wanted to talk about in sports-wise. I'll get back to some of it next week. But we will get into some pop culture real quick before we close it out. Talk to you guys a little bit about how I felt about the Diddy documentary, and talk a little bit about this WB acquisition, or possible acquisition that can go on with either Paramount or Netflix. We'll see what happens. But right now, we'll do the commercial break, and we'll be right back with you. It's the Best of Bias Podcast. It's Lydell Dinero. It's episode 266. Man, we getting up there. We'll be right back. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. We back in this thing. It's episode 266, and it's the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly. Who else? Lydell Dinero. You already know. Let's get back into this bias, man. I watched that documentary. I told you guys to check it out. I checked it out. The Reckoning. I think I may have talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, if I'm not mistaken, but I just want to take a little bit of a deeper dive for a second, if I will. Hey, bro. Did you watch that shit? I don't know all the details, but it looked like he did that shit, man. And I get it. It's 50 Cent, somebody that hates P. Diddy, so there could be a little bias. I personally do hate to see all these prominent, well, it's kind of hard to say. If you do bad things, you deserve to go to jail for doing bad things. But the attack on prominent, successful black men, women, pitting them against each other, I don't always like to see it, but I mean, people do use the excuse of it's P. Diddy, he did horrible things, he deserves it. Yeah, he does deserve it, but it's kind of messy, man. When I was young growing up, it's like all these Jay-Z's, P. Diddy's, 50 Cents, these guys out here getting it. I thought they all stood in unison. though, in white culture, there's plenty of white billionaires who don't seem to butt heads on the surface and social media talk shit, even though they may not like each other. Who knows if Mark Zuckerberg actually likes Elon Musk? Who knows if Jeff Bezos likes whoever owns the Dodgers or whatever. Who knows if they actually do like each other? But it just seems like in black culture, we hear a lot more about how we don't like each other. We putting each other against each other, crabs and barrel type shit. The stereotype's been out there for years. Everybody knows about it, but when we perpetuate it, sometimes it's just kind of hard to watch. Though there's bigger topics at hand, overarching premise as far as seeing the documentary and all the things that P. Diddy were allegedly have done. They're saying that he always wanted the spotlight on himself from a little kid, man. I always forget this freaking Andre dude's name. But whoever the dude was that P. Diddy was coming up with, he wanted to be like him. His father died. He knew his father was a hustler, but didn't really know his father that much. His mom kind of perpetuated his life of a hustler. They had the nicer things in life. So he kind of wanted to be self-made himself and get a name for himself as P. Diddy. We saw that kind of grow into a dangerous kind of ego. You hear a lot of stories behind the scenes early in the early years. P. Diddy did this, P. Diddy might be this, and it becomes in jests. After a while you think it's just like, oh, people are just hating on him because of he just seems a little flamboyant. Maybe he's not really like that. And then it comes out to be a lot of the shit is true. Like, it started with R. Kelly. You know what I mean? People back in the days, used to accuse R. Kelly of stuff. People saw the tapes and all this weird shit. And then eventually they arrested the man, sent him to jail for it. People didn't really think it was going to happen, but eventually it did happen and he got put in jail and he's in jail now. That alone just let me know that weird shit's going to come to light for a lot of celebrities out there doing weird shit because they're coming to get you now. You know what I mean? So it was just a matter of time. You would think that celebrities would clean up their acts and not try to put themselves in situations where shit like this can happen. But, sometimes when you become something bigger than yourself or try to be something bigger than yourself or, are in such a position of power to where you feel untouchable and shit like this will never fall back or hit your doorstep because you're one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? That can get really tricky for you. Especially you have an enemy like 50 Cent able to have access to your folks that don't like you no more. People that you've wronged, he has access to. People that felt vulnerable if they said anything or came forward with their stories. 50 Cent has that protection, has that money to let people know that you can tell these stories and you can actually get something for it. The money that he owes you, I can give that to you and some if you tell your story, so, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not that it encouraged people to embellish on their sides of the stories, it just gave us an insight on stuff that people that, gave us documentaries before kind of left out or didn't include or didn't have access to. Like 50 Cent got access to people that were recording Diddy before he even went to trial to go to jail. He was openly recording himself, trying to find ways to get out of the arraignment, trying to find ways to clear his name. Though some of the situations, he just kind of blatantly was trying to get people to lie for him. You know what I mean? Which was kind of interesting. And that shows his ego in itself for him to actually record those things and actually have those things available. Scenes throughout the documentaries, four-part documentary of shit that he was involved in, people dying around him, whether it be at the college in the earlier days, Pac, after the fight in Vegas, P. Diddy was in association with those Crips that he got in a fight with, who eventually supposedly ended up killing Tupac and shooting Suge Knight, shooting Suge Knight's friend right in front of him. You know what I'm saying? This weird, crazy shit that was supposed to be all orchestrated and funded by P. Diddy. And after the guys did all this reckless shit, P. Diddy kind of ghosted them and didn't pay them. You see a lot of interviews from this guy named Keefe D, who was supposed to be the guy who actually did shoot Tupac, was involved with the guy that shot Tupac. And they were like, yeah, we shot Tupac up and Suge had a bullet in his head. He thought he was dead. Like, it was crazy. They said they were standing there at the scene laughing about it because it was nothing to them type shit. And you would think, why is he coming out now kind of saying this shit after he could have been saying shit like this the whole time and kind of gave this story way long ago. They said he was motivated now because he went down for some shit, and the I don't know if it was the CIA, FBI would give him time off his sentence if he gave valuable information. Though he could be lying, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the FBI, I don't know. Maybe they would have still put it in the documentary if it was true or not. But, you know, hey, it's never heard before tapes, and all this shit it sounded hella true. They did a really good job in the documentary. It was incredible. Interviews, testimonies from people, security guards, best friends, his personal assistant, Capricorn, who would tell stories about shit that Puff would do. Ladies that was working with him that really had his best interest in mind, that he didn't fuck over, that were really his good homies, not people that he abused, that still he fucked over. I'm not gonna pay you. I can't give you money. Lady asked for $2,000 because she was short on down on bad times. He said no. And she still turned around and wrote a letter of good, what's the letter of good intent when you write it to the court to let the courts know that this person's not as bad as what he's being accused for. Like, she even went and did that. The whole Cassie thing, the sex parties, his obsession with lube, having guys have sex with Cassie, and he just watch and douse himself in their semen. It was just some weird shit, bro. And it's like, is that what it goes to when you get that rich? Like, you have no other choice but to participate in weird fucking kinks that people secretly record just to secretly get you caught up down the line? Because now anybody that's ever been to a Diddy party, anybody that's ever been around Epstein, Chris Tuckers of the world, whether they're doing shit with young girls or having Diddy parties, having sex with each other, whether the Ja Rule stuff is true or not, it's always going to be on your jacket, and you're always going to have to deny it just for being in association. It's just crazy. The Shine stuff, the J-Lo stuff, the fact that people are saying that he was so jealous of Biggie and Pac's relationship that he had Biggie killed. It's just crazy for him having Big come to LA in the height of the beef when he shouldn't have been in LA, and he insisted he comes out there and parties. Like, it's just a whole bunch of shit, man. This doc could possibly get him set up for more than he got. You know, just those simple 5 years that he got. They might, and plus time served already, so they might even get him for some more shit, man. It's crazy. And this also stemming into more beef with Ja Rule. Ja Rule trying to come out and say 50 Cent's a bitch and a rat for bringing this shit up. And then it comes out that Ja Rule was in a room with P. Diddy and they was possibly having sex. So that is a reason for Ja Rule to be mad, but again, that is also good tactics for 50 Cent to get us to believe the shit that he's trying to push. And then him beefing with Marlon because Marlon comes on the Breakfast Club. Somebody asks him about seeing the documentary, and him taking what I said at the beginning, hating to see black men go against each other, and kick a man while he's down, though he did some crazy shit and he deserves to be where he is. Like, promoting a documentary to make him look worse and kicking him while he's down, and that being happening to another black man is just kind of bad to see, and it's kind of disappointing. But him saying that kind of spewed a whole nother retort from 50 Cent, calling Marlon gay, telling him to keep his name out his mouth. You know, Marlon's not the type to back down to anything, but again, it's two prominent black figures that we hold high in regard in our community going against each other, going to lengths to embarrass each other. Like, we don't need to see that, especially on social media where everybody has access to. You guys talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do this, bro. We just leave it on Diddy and Ja Rule. We get the 50 Cent Ja Rule thing. People have been killed. People have been shot. P. Diddy thing, hey, 50 Cent does what he wants. If he has a personal beef with Diddy, people are scared of Diddy because of how much money he has and the power he has. 50 Cent has his own kind of power, and he's not afraid to go heads up with them. I feel like, you know, if he feels like he wants to do that, he can do that, and everybody else should kind of just stay out of it. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. But we're going to see what happens after. I just thought it was an incredible documentary, and all that shit that I've seen. I know you guys are learning some new shit as well. Just the Justin Combs thing, shooting somebody in the bathroom, just walking out like it's nothing. And P. Diddy pretty much grooming Justin to be the next him. The girl stuff, trying to take everybody's girls. It's just a lot, bro. Check it out for yourself. It's on Netflix right now. One of the highest rated shows right now. But speaking of high rated, speaking of big money, speaking of power, have y'all heard about this WB thing? Warner Brothers getting ready to be acquired. If you haven't, let's get into it real quick. So Netflix pretty much buying up everything, already buying the rights to all these sporting events, Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, but football games, boxing matches. I think they're bidding to get Premier League soccer. They're doing their, I think they got the home run derby now for MLB. So Netflix has been making moves. And you know, a lot of these streaming services are going under. I mean, if I was Netflix, I would try to acquire everybody too. It's like, you guys are trying to be like us, try to move into a model to be like us and have our success and take our customers. But in the end, you guys are failing. And I've been able to generate as much money as I have and still have these hits, Stranger Things popping, you know, Peaky Blinders popping, K-pop Demon Slayer is popping right now. So their market share is higher than ever. And all these other streaming platforms are going under. And Netflix is like, hey, we'll buy your content. You know what I'm saying? Right now, WB has a dangerously large catalog. And just holding stuff that other places like Prime, of course, Paramount now, Hulu is already with Disney. Disney, I don't think would want to acquire. I think Disney might even be thinking about being acquired by Netflix. It's just wild. So just these are just some of the names that WB has. If Netflix was to acquire them, this would go to Netflix. So television wise, we have Discovery Channel, HBO, CNN, HGTV, Food Network, TLC, Magnolia Network, TNT, TBS, True TV, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, Animal Planet, Science Channel, and Turner Classic Movie Network. Streaming services, they would get Max and Discovery Plus. Sports broadcasting, they would get all TNT, which is a joint venture with NBA, MLB, PGA for the respective websites and Eurosports. They would get major franchises and IP from DC comic books and characters, the entire DC universe, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all that shit. They would get all the film series, Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts universe, the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, the Conjuring universe, the Matrix, the Dark Knight trilogy, Mad Max, Dune, all that shit. Animation and they get Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, properties from Hanna-Barbera, television shows, they get Friends, Game of Thrones, Sopranos, Big Bang Theory, and many more, all that HBO shit. Gaming, they get Warner Brother Games Management Studios of NetherRealm Studios, who do Mortal Kombat and Injustice, and they got the Rocksteady Studios, who does Batman Arkham Asylum series, the Arkham series. So if they were to be acquired and all the properties were to go to Netflix, they would already have what they have now and all that shit. Because, I wouldn't be mad at that because Netflix do be getting kind of dry sometimes. So having all the individual hubs for these other networks and all these other properties will make Netflix pop off. Because the hubs on HBO Max don't be doing that well. The hubs on Disney Plus are pretty cool. It's just that they don't really have much new shit coming out. Apple TV Plus, they're doing incredible with the shows they have, so they can stand alone all they want. But Netflix, they only have their original programming and a bunch of anime and maybe movies and shows that they have original. But to acquire other things, to have people just never-ending search on Netflix, that'll be kind of crazy. Netflix, supposedly on last Friday, the deal was supposed to have happened already. They acquired Warner Brothers for $27 a share for a total of $72 billion. But after hearing that, Paramount decided to try to just do a hostile takeover, you know, with the backing of, let me see what I got here. With the backing of Saudi Arabia and the Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners Group. They had enough money to offer WB $30 a share, which valued at $108 billion. So I don't know. Me personally, I think if they already had a deal done with Netflix, I think they should follow through and do the deal. Paramount, I mean, they have some good properties over there, and adding all these other properties would help Paramount Plus a lot. But I think it's just kind of like a conflict of interest a little bit. Like Saudi Arabia already I think they already bought EA. To give them such a big catalog and have their, being able to control that, it'll be kind of interesting as well, seeing, Saudi Arabia kind of like promotion before a movie on Paramount Plus would be kind of crazy. And we already had Donald Trump come out and say how they didn't want Netflix to buy WB, how it would be too much power for Netflix, and how he didn't like it. But then for his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and in that group to go out and join Paramount Plus in the Saudi Arabia group to try to buy WB from under Netflix's nose, it's kind of like conflict of interest. You don't want Netflix to have all the power, but you're okay with your son-in-law going and taking that power. So eventually that power can become yours after you were just mad about the deal, and you guys can just interject in the deal and just put bigger money on the table. And nah, I think Paramount should just step aside. You know what I'm saying? Maybe try to do a deal with somebody else. Netflix came in, and though, they're offering more money with the other group, with Paramount, Saudi Arabia, and the Kushner group. I just feel like, all money ain't good money, man. You never know what direction all your shit's going to go if you give everything to them. At least Netflix already has the customer base. You know what Netflix is about. They may raise their prices, but shit, they have plenty more content that's going to be coming. And I don't think that's necessarily the worst thing that can happen in the world. But, I do think it still needs to be spread out. Everybody just go back to cable. You know what I mean? Because if not, we don't need a whole bunch of different streaming services anyways. And people say the price is going to go up. Yeah, but then at the same time, you don't have to own all these other streaming services. So essentially, maybe it'll kind of even itself out. I'm okay with it personally. I'm down for that, man. They said James Gunn would still be in charge of the DC universe too. So it wouldn't be going to some random person and we wouldn't have to start all over. You know what I mean? Just come on, Netflix, follow through. You know what I'm saying? Though, they're going to become a conglomerate and it's going to be a monopoly on streaming services and things like that. Hey, they're moving video podcasts to Netflix, man. I'm all about it. I'm all about what Netflix is doing. Paramount Plus, I get it. You want to stay relevant. Hey, you got Survivor, you got The Challenge on there. I don't know what else, man. Y'all got Tyler Sheridan and all those shows, Landman, Huntress. What's that one with Zoe Saldana? I forgot. But Landman, Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown, and adding that other IP would be cool, but then you have your other people's hands in your business that's gonna try to control everything. So I don't know if that's the best thing to do. What y'all think, man? Who do you think should win? Do you think WB should stay put, sell to Netflix, or go with Paramount, Saudi Arabia, and the Kushner group? What y'all think, man? I'm kind of confused, man. I know I shouldn't be meddling in rich people business, but it's going to affect us one way or another, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But yeah, man, with that, that's the end of the podcast. It's nice and smooth, right? Cool. Got through it, not too long, not too short. We got a lot of information out of there. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends, leave a comment, let me know what we can do better. I'm always down for the constructive criticism. You know where to find me outside the podcast. You feel me? It's SAC_Lydell on the Instagram. It's Best of Bias on the Instagram. Best of Bias on TikTok, of course, Best of Bias on the YouTube. If you're looking for me on Snapchat, if you still use Snapchat, Patrick_Lydell, I'm on there too. Plenty of stuff coming up, man. Had to get this out for y'all. Hopefully I can get on the pod with Ariel, AKA this weekend, talk a little bit of something. I don't know what yet, but I want to get y'all some other content so y'all ain't just always overrun with sports and shit. I can get some more pop culture, get some more anime shit in, because I've been watching a lot of anime. Just finished My Hero, the new shit. I was waiting for all the dubs to come out. I know the whole season has been out already. I'm just waiting for the dubs, and they release them weekly. So I've been, tuning in to see what's going on. It's very emotional right now, but I like the state of animes right now. I like the state that we're in. Comic-Con's coming up. I got Friday for San Diego Comic-Con. Only Friday, but Friday's going to be a popping day, so we're going to make the best out of it. But if you want to be on the pod, holla at me. Season 4 is almost over. We're getting to season 5 really, 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 really soon, I promise. I know I've been off a couple of weeks, so I'm not really fulfilling the whole season 4's, fulfillment, but we're going to get there. Thank you guys for being here. Always click and play. Go ahead and leave a comment if you can. If you're on Apple Podcasts, leave some 5-star reviews on there for your boy. Get that algorithm popping. You know what I'm saying? Because, we're trying to get bigger and better. We're trying to make it up there to the tippy top and get on them lists, man. I know it's just me and AKA, but we're going to get better. Once we build this team, once we have we get the foundation and keep this fan base growing, keep coming back. We got more and more. You'll see us grow to even more shit that you never even expected, man. 2026 is right around the corner. You're going to see. Let me get my green screen soon. We're going to start doing reaction videos. We're going to have a lot of shit popping. So let people know about Lydell Dinero. We're going to be here soon, man. We in these streets, we outside. But until then, you guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy whatever you're doing today. Whether it's the weekend or weekday, don't stress. Keep loving your heart. Get a little workout in too. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Because health is wealth, man. I know a lot of people out there going through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Keep your body in tune. Be aware of how you're feeling. Listen to your body. You know what I'm saying? Go get a checkup if you need it. Because, we want to be healthy. We're not here forever. And we want to stay here as long as we can. So, health is wealth. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Episode 266 in the book of Best of Bias Podcast. And I am Lydell Dinero. Y'all have a good one.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah.